August 2nd, 1964. Dear Jasmine, I will be waiting for you under the oak tree day after tomorrow. Today, I am leaving this letter in your post box. I do feel guilty that I am breaking my promise to you to not visit your home. But your silence has forced me to do this. I just wanted to ensure that you are still living in that apartment. Hope to hear from you, Jasmine. Alone without you. David, August 3rd, 1964. Jasmine, I couldn't stop myself from writing this letter. Yesterday, when I went to your home to drop my letter, I saw a lantern hanging from your window frame and saw a shadow of a woman sitting and knitting a sweater. I am sure it was you. I am really glad to know that you still live there, and that you are getting my letters. But I wonder why you don't reply. Jasmine, I really wish I could have seen you standing at that window. It has been a long time since I last saw you. I can only imagine how you look now. I will be waiting for you tomorrow under the same oak tree. My instinct says that you will come tomorrow and my long wait will come to an end. I can't wait to see you. Yours truly, David, August 5th, 1964. Jasmine, you didn't come. Jasmine, what is happening? It was dark and cold last night. I waited for you till midnight. Jasmine, my love, please don't shatter my faith. You are scaring me and I am filled with negative thoughts. Please reply. David, April 6, 1978. Jasmine, 14 years is a really long time. Can you believe so much time has passed since I last wrote? Sorry I haven't written. I know you would have waited for my letter. A lot has happened with the passing of time. I am all alone now, dealing with the consecutive loss of my parents. I am trying to handle my business and raise my son. I am planning to send my son to London for his studies. How have you been, Jasmine? I always wish you well. You must be a married woman now. I suppose you, too, must have kids. Perhaps it isn't right that you receive love letters from me now. Though I gave it a lot of thought before writing this letter as well, I couldn't stop myself. Yesterday, I was passing by that lane and saw a young couple sitting on that bench where we wrote our names. I saw the girl moving her fingers on our engraved names as if she was trying to feel it. They both were smiling. I am sure they must have been thinking how crazy this couple would be. I smiled as I continued to walk. This small incident brought back a wave of memories and hence, made me write this letter. But I think I should stop writing to you as it is wrong. This will be my last letter to you, Jasmine. I wish you good luck. David, December 3rd, 1988. Dear Jasmine, I am David. I hope you remember me. Thinking of you and writing to you in every good and bad phase of my life has now become a habit. My son, Tom, is all grown up now. He is getting married to the love of his life, Julia. She is a wonderful girl with eyes as beautiful as yours. Seeing Julia and Tom together reminds me of us. They both love each other a lot. I am sending the invitation card of my son's wedding. I hope you will accept it. And please do surprise me with a visit to the cathedral near Tiffin Top. Love, David, December 5th, 1988. Jasmine, you disappointed me again. My ego says that I should stop writing to you, but my heart isn't ready to accept this. My heart says that the love which I saw in your eyes was true, and for the sake of that love, I will keep waiting for your replies to my letters. David, May 10th, 1990. Jasmine dear, I am growing older. Can you believe I am a grandpa now? My daughter-in-law, Julia, has given birth to my grandson. I still can't believe I could really be this old. An age has passed without you. My dreams of growing old with you have been left unfolded and untouched. Years have passed remembering and writing to you, without ever knowing what you are thinking. You never replied, but this heart doesn't want to give up hope of hearing from you. You, too, must have grown older, though I can't imagine you any different from when I saw you last. I would really like to see how you look now. I bet you will burst into laughter if you were to see me. I have a big tummy, and my hair has turned completely grey. I still remember the last time I saw you, in school uniform, with 2 ponytails. You looked really cute in those pink-colored spectacles. I never told you, but that day when you were trying to collect the oak tree leaves for your herbarium file in the botanical garden, I broke your spectacles by mistake. I am really sorry for that. But trust me, you were looking cuter than ever when you were crying. I really wanted to pull your cheeks and kiss you, but that kiss never happened. My lips still await that kiss. Look at me, rambling on. Our memories are making me nostalgic. I hope my words will evoke feelings for me in you, and you will reply. This feeling of becoming a grandpa is truly overwhelming. I wish I could hug you in this moment of joy. I just had to share this happy news with you. From today, I will visit this old bench every day. I really hope one day our paths will cross and you will meet me. Love, David, Ostrakus. Wake up, Twee, said Bobby, as she tried to shake me awake. Her voice was so annoying that I would have thrown her out of the plane if it were possible. How could she imagine that I was already asleep? I had barely closed my eyes. Would I have to wake up to this every day? The thought of it was bugging me even more. Shut up, Bobby, I am not asleep, I replied as I removed my eye band and gave her an intense look. Oh, Twee, I am so sorry. I thought you were fast asleep. So silly of me. I should have checked before shaking you like that, replied Bobby as she stared at me with her puppy eyes. This was even more annoying. With a face palm, I turned towards the window and pretended to look outside the window, just to avoid Bobby. Twee, I also want to see outside, said Bobby, as she poked my back. First of all, Bobby, stop calling me Twee. My name is Twisha, and you better call me that. Secondly, but Twee sounds so much cooler. In return, you can also call me Bobo. I won't mind, interrupted Bobby, while I was speaking. God, I hated when someone interrupted me. And, Bobo, really, I wish I could have yelled at her, but we were in the plane and it would have attracted too much attention. Bobby, I am your boss on this trip. You are only going to talk to me when you are asked to. That's it, I snapped. I was trying my best to scare Bobby off, but I don't know what this girl was made of. She was not affected at all by my scolding. Oh, Twee, the way you speak is so good. I really want to learn your style of speaking, replied Bobby, as she fastened her seatbelt. There was nothing I could do but nod my head in dismay. There was no hope for this girl. I hate to admit it, but, at times, I actually found Bobby very innocent. Like, if I had been an observer and seen her behave like this with someone else, I would have felt sorry for her and asked the other person to be nice. But here, in this scenario, the other person was me. And I couldn't be nice to her even if I tried. I felt pissed off with whatever Bobby uttered. We landed safely in Chandigarh after 3 hours. As we collected our luggage and emerged from the airport, we spotted a guy holding up a placard with our names on it. It was the cab driver. He led us to our cab, which happened to be a Honda City. Chandigarh was really chilly. I love the cold, so this was good for me. I have visited Chandigarh a lot of times, but never in December. So this was my first time experiencing the December chill in Chandigarh. We quickly got into our cab as we did not want to waste time. I was already feeling tired and wanted to have a nice and sound sleep. On the contrary, Bobby seemed doubly excited. She was clicking pictures and selfies in almost all possible angles. She even clicked a selfie with the "Welcome to Chandigarh" hoarding in her cabbie. Oh God, Madam G, I am sure you both are going to enjoy our drive to Shimla. You will get to see good landscapes and beautiful snow-covered mountains, said the cab driver as he turned the car on. Oh, yes, is there snowfall in Shimla right now, Mr. Driver? Asked Bobby curiously. My name is Sambhu, Madam G. And yes, you might witness snowfall as you are going to be there in the peak of the season. Yesterday it rained heavily, and the climate has changed drastically. Day before yesterday, it was a bright and sunny day, but today, see, replied Sambhu. He seemed to be totally enjoying his role of being a guide. Bobby smiled at Sambhu and started clicking pictures from the car window. I was busy looking outside. The mountains were not visible yet. We were still in the plains. I have always been a mountain person. Though I have been living in Bangalore since childhood, my heart belongs to the hills. These old-fashioned hill stations never fail to ignite a spark of life in me. I get the most creative ideas when I am in the hills. People often say romantic people love hill stations. I say I love hill stations even though I am not at all romantic. I have never ever experienced that feeling called love. Love for me is my family, friends, work, my dog, my BlackBerry, my laptop, and my independence. In fact, I don't get the idea of falling for someone. For me, love is just an excuse for intimacy. People start to take things so seriously. They cry for someone, they wait for someone. Oh, such melodrama. I cannot wait or cry for someone. I have never been through all that and I don't ever want to. Spare me the horror. I have had one night stands before and I am okay with those kind of hookups. Love. What love? There is nothing called love. Holding on, moving on, crying, keeping on. I tell you, it is all just a waste of time. Once people find a better person, they forget their so-called true love in a jiffy. Oh, and I bet you noticed that I use a BlackBerry. I have a BlackBerry torch and I love it to the core. I've used it for more than 5 years and it is more of an addiction to me than just a handset. Sometimes it is possible to get emotionally attached to things. It can be a pen, an old envelope, a box, a coffee mug. In my case, it is my BlackBerry. Oh, look, Twee. We are about to climb the mountains. Yay! Exclaimed Bobby with full enthusiasm. What can I say? This sentence evoked my inner mountain lover too. Oh, yes, Bobby. We are, I replied back with joy. For the first time, I was talking to Bobby with a real smile on my face. Madam G, you are going to love this route that we'll be taking now. Each and every turn will give you a new scene, a new landscape. And please let me know frankly whenever you want me to stop the cab to click photos. I will gladly stop, said Sambhu. After about half an hour of driving amidst the mountains, the cab suddenly came to a halt. Bobby and I, so far busy looking outside the window, were taken by surprise. What happened, Sambhu? I asked him. Madam G, someone is standing in the middle of the road and asking for a lift. No, we will not give a lift to any stranger. Please keep driving, I told him firmly. Before I could say anything else, the guy came up to my side of the cab and tapped on the car window. He was fair, and his hair fell on his forehead. He carried a backpack that hung casually from his shoulder. Hello there, it would be great if you could give me a lift to Shimla. You see, my car broke down some way back and I have been walking for the past 3 hours. Not a single car, bus or even truck has stopped by except yours. Please help me, said the boy with a smile. Sorry, but we can't, I replied, unmoved. Please, it's just a matter of 5 kilometers. I ignored the boy's please and asked Sambhu to drive. We could have given him a lift till Shimla, Madam G. He seemed to be all right, said Sambhu, as he followed my order and started driving. I second it, said Bobby. No, we can't. We cannot trust a stranger. Our safety is in our hands. End of discussion. I turned my back to them. The newspapers are full of so many unfortunate and brutal cases. I was without a doubt scared to give a lift to a stranger. We would have only gone about 100 meters when suddenly we saw a great view and asked Sambhu to stop the car. We clicked a few photos of the scenery. I asked Sambhu to click a picture of me and Bobby together. Sambhu was trying his best, but despite several attempts the results were dismal. All the pictures he clicked were blurry. Can I help you girls? We turned towards the voice. It was him again, the guy who had asked us for a lift. Not asking for a lift. At least let me help your pretty girls, said the boy as he came closer to us. This confirmed my suspicions. I was getting bad vibes from the guy. He could be a kidnapper or a rapist, or even a serial killer. What if he drugged us and robbed us of our belongings? Even worse, what if he killed Sambhu and raped one of us? Maybe he was part of a gang and oh, I couldn't even imagine. We had to get rid of him and escape as soon as possible. You again. So I was right. You are following us. Listen, you don't know who we are. Go away or else we'll call the police. I shouted at him, while grabbing Bobby's hand and dragging her to the cab. Sambhu, get in the car. We are leaving this place right now. Sambhu quickly ran towards the cab and got in. As he started the car, I heard the boy shouting, "Hey, you! Stop!" from behind, but I decided to ignore him. Within a few seconds, we were on our way leaving that suspected kidnapper rapist serial killer behind. Finally, we reached our apartment. It was a pretty building. It had 3 floors, ground, first, and a spacious terrace. The caretaker was an old lady who escorted us to our flat, which was on the first floor. She opened the doors and we stepped into a beautiful and airy apartment. "Whoa, is this our flat?" exclaimed Bobby as she looked around in awe. I am not one to be easily impressed, but this flat was really great. It looked just like a 5-star hotel suite. I hope you like it, madam. This flat is very old, but I have tried my best to maintain it. It had to be prepared for your arrival at a very short notice, so we could only clean up some parts of it. But don't worry, we'll do the rest on Sunday. I hope both your pretty ladies will manage till then. Sunday is only 4 days away. Meanwhile, please call me if you need anything, said the old lady as she left the flat, closing the door behind her. We started exploring the apartment. It had 2 bedrooms and a big living room, all tastefully furnished. Everything seems to be in order. Surely we can manage till Sunday, I asked Bobby as I poked my head into the kitchen. Yeah, I can manage for my entire life in this flat, grinned Bobby. You are awestruck, Bobby. I should leave you alone to soak in this luxury, I said as I headed to one of the bedrooms. Well, I am going off to sleep now. Wake me up around 5:30, will you? We'll go out for a walk and some food, I ordered Bobby, and dropped dead on the cozy, fluffy bed. November 21st, 1997. My dear Jasmine, 7 winters have passed. I hope you are well. My grandson is 7 years old now. Remember the last time I wrote to you? I told you about him. We named him Alex. Well, today is a really hard day for me. My son and daughter-in-law have decided to move to London, as they are unable to adjust in Shimla. They see a better life in London. I don't know what to do. I can't stop them. I can't go with them. What really breaks my heart is that Alex will go away with them too. Alex is the center of my universe. He is the only one who makes me forget all my worries and makes me smile. But all that will change tomorrow when they leave. They, too, are leaving me alone. I guess, being alone forever is what destiny has in store for me. I don't understand why people who love me and whom I love, leave me alone. You said you loved me, you left me. Debbie said she loved me, she left me. My children say they love me, but they are also going away from my life. Please come back, Jasmine. I still love you. David, September 12, 2003. Jasmine, you know what? All my hair has become white. I am an old man now. Only my heart and the love in it that I have for you is still young and fresh. I still get goosebumps when I remember our first meeting. You were waiting for someone under the oak tree, sitting on a bench. I was sitting next to you reading a book. You were murmuring and cursing the boy you were waiting for. I remember you said, all men are the same. That was the moment I noticed you, and fell instantly in love. That very moment, I decided that I would prove you wrong. Even men can wait. See, I am waiting, for the past so many winters, for you. But I don't blame you for anything. You are not a culprit in my eyes. You must have had some genuine reason for not writing back. I know I seem insane as I still write to you, but frankly, I want to continue with this insanity. After all, what's love when it ain't insane? Oh, by the way, the bench where we had met and where I used to sit and wait for you has gone. The park owners have moved it to another place. They were planning to cut the tree, too, but I requested and bribed them not to do it. They agreed. So, if you ever decide to meet me, don't expect to find me sitting on the bench. I'll be under the tree on the ground. Will you come? Where are you, Jasmine? Please come. It has been longer than life. Love, David. The vintage letters. When I finally woke up, it was 8:30 p.m. too late to go out and explore the place. I was also very tired, and wanted to sleep some more. You know, it is the thing with winter. The more comfortable your bed is, the colder the weather seems. You just want to snuggle in your bed and sleep all day. But my stomach was rebelling. It wanted food. I was starving. I got up from my bed and went to Bobby's room. I tried to push it open, but the door was locked from the inside. Now this was annoying. We were just 2 girls in the apartment. Why the hell had she locked the room? I knocked hard on the door. I thought perhaps Bobby would be asleep. But right after my first knock, she responded, coming. I could hear her footsteps approaching the door. Then came her voice from inside. Who is this? What? I replied, surprise. Yeah, please tell me who it is. I will not open the door until you tell me your name, came Bobby's voice. You pumpkin head, it's me, Twisha. For heaven's sake, stop this nonsense and open the door. I shouted. Tada, Bobby said in a melodious tone as she opened the door. Welcome to my home, madam. What would you like to have? I was puzzled. Had this girl completely lost her mind? Bobby, are you alright? I asked. She started laughing loudly. I am sorry, Twee. Actually, this is my dream, to live in a luxurious house like this, like a princess of my own land. I have been waiting for you to wake up for the past hour, so that I can enact my dream, said Bobby as she hugged me tightly. At that moment, I realized how innocent Bobby was and kind of stupid as well. Though her voice was a bit annoying, her dreams, her thoughts, her perceptions were so simple and childlike. She was a child at heart. I hugged her back and smiled. For perhaps the first time, I was not irritated by Bobby's childish enthusiasm. She was simply living her dream. Bobby, I am feeling hungry. What about you? I said, as I sat on her bed. Yeah, me too. Let's go out and have dinner, she replied. The plan was perfect, but it was already 9 p.m. Our apartment was a bit far from the center of town, and we weren't sure if we would find any restaurant open by the time we reached the main town. We peered outside the window and realized that it was a total silent zone. We wore our jeans, jackets and boots and prepared to step out. As Bobby was trying to lock the doors, there was a power cut and suddenly everything went dark. I took out my mobile phone and turned on the flashlight. Bobby was trying harder to lock the door. Suddenly, we heard a voice from behind which almost gave us a heart attack. Where are your girls going? It was the old lady who looked after the house. Her voice sounded scary. It made me drop my cell phone on the floor. The old lady was also carrying a flashlight. She shone the light at us to help me pick up my phone. As Bobby and I bent to look for my phone, she suddenly let out a loud cry. Whoa, what's that? What? The old lady and I said together. We looked at where Bobby was pointing, right outside the door, towards the corner, and saw a thick bundle of old letters, hundreds of them. These, man, look at them, Twee. They look vintage, Bobby said as she grabbed and examined the bundle. Oh, I am so sorry, madam, said the old lady. Our maid is quite a lazy woman. She never cleans properly. I told her to remove these letters and yet she hasn't. You don't bother about these. I will get them removed by tomorrow. All right, I replied as we started down the stairs. So where are you two going? Asked the lady again. For dinner. We are dying to eat, replied Bobby. The lady burst into laughter and said, there is no power right now and it is already 9:15 p.m. Where will you find food? Also, it is not safe for you to go out alone at this time. Why don't you have dinner at my place? I cook really well, and how can you say that? Bobby asked. Well, my dear girl, I used to take cooking classes when I was young, the old lady grinned. The dinner she made us was simply the best, tandoori paneer tikka, Punjabi chana and puris. It reminded me of my childhood when my grandma would whip up her special dishes when we visited her during our vacations. The caretaker lady's room was just right enough to make us feel at home. As there was a power cut, she had lit candles and placed them at each corner of the room. This made us feel cozy. We sat on the couch next to the fireplace and warmed ourselves. After dinner, she served us hot ginger lemon tea, which was so refreshing. The fireplace, the cozy couch, the warm sweater, hot tea in the small room aglow in the light of the candles. It was a perfect winter evening. I didn't want to get up from that place. That little cozy room was far better than our big apartment. The lady broke the silence and asked, so, did your girls like the food? Oh, yes, of course. We loved it, replied Bobby. I was thinking, can you please cook us dinner every day, Mom? I asked. We will pay, of course. Every day, the old lady asked, surprise. Yeah, actually we are here for a month. We don't want to fall ill by eating restaurant food every day. We really loved your food and we'll be grateful if you could cook us dinner daily. I explained, of course, it will be my pleasure, but I have a request. My name is Ahiana. You may call me Yanaji, as everyone else does. Sure, Yanaji, I smiled. We came back to our flat. I took a hot shower, wished Bobby good night, and went off to sleep. Bobby decided to stay up and watch her favorite TV serial since she had missed 2 episodes. I could see that her eyes were red and she looked tired, but she still wanted to watch TV. I really wonder how people can choose watching television or anything over sleeping. For me, it was just the opposite. The whole planet and its various activities on one side and my sleep on the other. I couldn't think of anything else whenever I felt sleepy. I just have to get my shut-eye. And I have special powers, too. I can sleep for hours without getting up to eat or even pee. That night, I slept at 11 p.m.